With us being well into the second quarter of 2024, it's time once again to revisit which credit cards I deem absolutely essential for my daily life. For those of you who don't know me, howdy, I'm Hutch, game producer and self-identified nerd with a passion for personal finance and credit cards. And today, we're going to take a look at what's in my wallet for Q2 2024. Now, if you've seen prior videos where I go over what's in my wallet for a specific quarter, then you know that I always try to diversify and prioritize my credit cards based off of what's actually applicable to my own daily life situations. As a great example, I love the American Express Platinum card. It's got some great benefits when it comes to travel and lounge access. I'm able to get HBO Max for only $3 a month with it, and I'm able to buy a new pair of underwear from Saks Fifth Avenue every 6 months. Spoiler alert, you'll almost never find this card in my wallet because frankly, it doesn't need to be there. I get most of the benefit from the Amex Platinum just passively throughout the year, and I only really need it for the 2 or 3 times I'm traveling internationally. Its practical daily use is non-existent, so I have no problem keeping this card locked away in a drawer for most of the time during the year. Let's instead go over the areas in which I do personally optimize for. This can be broken down into 5 categories in my daily life, which are groceries, dining, gas, a fallback card, and my catch-all card. We'll talk about each category a little bit deeper as we go, so let's just kick things off with category 1, groceries. I've really gone back and forth with this one, but at the end of the day, I'm just gonna have to give it to the former and future champion, the American Express Gold Card. Now, if you're in the credit card game for travel like I am, then you know that having a card that gives you the most flexible points at 4 points per dollar at US grocery stores is just too good to pass up. I'll also admit that the $250 annual fee for this card constantly has me asking if it's really worth keeping. Many people will claim that the card is actually only a $10 effective annual fee because of the $240 in total credits split between, Uber and the food delivery services. But I mean, come on. Are you really using those credits every single month? Do you want to have to actually remember to have to use those credits every single month? Don't lie to me. We both know it's a pain in the ass to have to think about this constantly every single month. Upgraded Points actually has a great article discussing the break-even spend you may need in order to make the cost of the personal gold card actually make sense, which I highly recommend checking out if that's interesting to you. TLDR, for the card to make sense for me, I need to be spending around $1,450 a year on groceries or dining, or $120 a month. My current spending pattern is actually about $200 to $300 per month, so coming out ahead of that break-even point. At least for now, the personal gold card remains the best choice in this category for me. It's actually kind of funny just how incredibly difficult it is to dethrone the Amex Gold Card. I mean, Chase is the only real contender that I can think of with the Freedom Flex, but that's only if you pair that with a Sapphire card so that you can get the 5x ultimate reward points, and only during specific quarters where groceries is a 5x bonus category. In fact, that's exactly what happened in Q1 earlier this year, and that's why that card used to be an essential card in my wallet. But alas, the king is dead, long live the king. Speaking of, let's talk about category 2, dining. With also having 4x MR points on dining, it should come as no surprise whatsoever that this category is going to go to the Chase Freedom Flex card. The king is dead, long live the— Okay, so you know how I said the Amex Gold Card was so incredibly difficult to dethrone just a moment ago? Normally, I would combine the grocery and dining categories because the Gold Card does end up being the best for me on both of those. However, the 5% bonus categories on the Chase Freedom Flex for Q2 2024 does include dining. And since I do already have the Chase Sapphire Preferred card, I'll gladly take the 5x points for date nights with my partner or paying for team lunches at work. One caveat that I do need to keep reminding myself with this card is that the 5x bonus that you get back is only up to $1,500. So if you're a baller, you may blow past this limit and drop down to 1x points per dollar. I'm not ballin'. I'm not cool. Most of the time we're cooking and eating at home, so I will easily stay within that threshold. Moving on to category 3, gas. We have a new champion in my wallet with this quarter, coming in with an unmatched 4 times MR points per month. It's the American Express Business Gold Card at $350 $75 annual fee. Okay, let me explain. I picked this card up to pay my federal taxes in order to easily get a 130,000 point welcome offer that was on this card at the time. Outside of that, I've mainly been using this card for online service expenses. But the business gold card does have this unique benefit of giving 4x points per dollar on your top 2 spending categories each month. And since I'm already taking advantage of the groceries and dining categories with other cards, it makes sense for me to utilize this card for gas instead. In full disclosure, I've been lucky enough to be fully work from home more or less for the past 5 years. I'm also just a giant video game and anime nerd, and I tend to prefer staying in relaxing versus socializing. What I'm saying is I don't drive a lot. Hell, I bought a Honda Civic in 2019 that currently has just over 3,200 miles on it. I probably visit a gas station less than 10 times a year. That all being said, my partner actually does drive a lot, and we don't live in a particularly walkable area. So I'm always happy to help fill up at the pump whenever I can. I totally realize this is an unconventional choice for a primary gas card given the annual fee and the break-even spend required to justify owning the card. If you're interested in that math, by the way, I do have a breakdown of it in my Amex Business Gold unboxing video, which I'll leave a link to. Short version though, in year 1, the Business Gold card more than pays for itself with the 130,000 bonus offer, so it makes sense for me to keep using this card. Year 2 is a completely different story, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Next up, we have category 4, the Fallback. This category is essentially meant to be for my safety card. The one credit card I can be absolutely positive will always be accepted anywhere that accepts credit cards, and I don't really need to think or worry about using it. For Q2 2024, I'm just gonna stick with the Chase Freedom Unlimited. At the end of the day, if I'm reaching for this card in my wallet, it's because I can't or shouldn't be using every other card that I have for whatever purchase I'm about to make. And that's actually perfect and the whole purpose of this category in the first place. Again, because I already have the Sapphire card with Chase, I'll get 1.5 points per dollar whenever I do need to actually use this card. And since the Unlimited is a no annual fee Visa card that gains my second most valuable points in the credit card ecosystem, this is an easy decision for me. One quick side note, if I did have to travel internationally, I would instead replace this card with the Chase Sapphire Preferred as my fallback, purely to avoid any foreign transaction fees when needing to spend money abroad. Last but definitely not least, it's time to talk about my most important card, category 5, the catch-all. For Q2 2024, no surprises for me, it's going to be the American Express Blue Business Plus card. Why? 2 times MR points on absolutely everything up to a $50,000 limit each year. I'm never gonna hit that, so really it's just 2 times MR points always. Oh yeah, and no annual fee. Enough said. This is easily my most used card on a daily basis and has been instrumental in helping me rack up points for travel. However, this specific card slot is under attack from 3 new contenders: the Amex Bondway Brilliant, the Built MasterCard, and the Capital One Venture X. Starting with the Bondway Brilliant, this card plays a key role in my multi-year roadmap to get the Ritz-Carlton card. And at least at the time of this recording, there's an all-time high welcome offer for 185,000 Bondway points. Now that offer lasts until May 1st of this year, and I have been desperately trying to add this card to my collection. Unfortunately, Amex pop-up jail is a real thing, and I have yet to find a way to successfully escape the dreaded "you're not eligible for this welcome offer" message. I'm gonna keep trying until time runs out, but I may just be SOL with this one. Moving on to the Built card. Look, I live in Los Angeles, we have no plans to move anytime soon, and houses are so damn expensive for so little value. At least right now, I just can't justify buying a house. So that means I'm renting. Picking this card up would mean that I could get points on my largest monthly expense, and more importantly, diversify points outside of just Amex and Chase. At a $0 annual fee, it's also not a question of if I get this card, but simply when. Finally, let's talk about the Venture X. This has 2 main things going for it with me: a flat 2x miles per dollar spent, and access to Capital One's airline transfer partners. There is this argument that the card pays you to own it because of the $300 travel credit and the $100 global entry credits, which offset the $395 annual fee. But in reality, I already have global entry and I'm probably not going to be using Capital One's portal for booking my travel. Really, my main pull here is going to be the 75,000 point welcome offer and diversifying my points outside of just Amex and Chase. That's actually a big deal. Having additional flexibility in how I can redeem points for travel is crucial for me. And I've already missed out on some very great opportunities for amazing value redemptions to Japan this year because I didn't have access to Capital One miles. That said, you can check out this video to see how I realistically use the points I do have access to book 2 business class flights to Japan for about $11. So the Amex Blue Business Plus holds the catch-all category for now, but depending on how the next few weeks shake out, it could very well be in trouble. There you go, these are the 5 essential cards I'm keeping in my wallet for Q2 2024. How about you? What's in your wallet? Let me know what you're prioritizing and if there are any changes you'd make to my setup. And if you liked the video, please like the video and consider subscribing if you want to see more content from me. I greatly value your time and appreciate all the support. That's it for me. I hope you found this video useful, and hey, thanks for hanging out.